Hi. Well, I'm making a quick video because I'm about to head to an appointment. I don't want to be making this video, but I am. I know it's going to be worth it. I am seeing a psychiatrist, one I haven't seen before, and they always freak me out because you never know what you're going to get. And sometimes they're lovely, sometimes they're wacky, sometimes they're helpful, sometimes they're not. So I don't know this doctor. The reason I'm going is to get assessed for ADHD. A lot of people are surprised when I say that I think I am. I didn't think of it myself. I didn't come upon this idea. I actually was very surprised when Rob and I had the educational assessment. The lady said to both of us that we both scored significantly on the screening test for ADHD. I was stunned. I never would have thought of that myself. I did the assessment knowing that it was looking at attention deficit and hyperactivity, and I thought I scored myself like moderate, like normal, like isn't this stuff just normal? Surely I'm just got these issues to a normal extent, but I scored high enough to indicate likely ADHD. So I've been driving here about half an hour's drive, and I've been teary just thinking over stuff. I really do feel that the ADHD diagnosis makes a lot of sense of my life. And when I have talked to my mum about it and my sister, they both said, that does explain a lot about you. And so I've been, it's been a bit over 2 weeks. I've been processing this information, thinking about it, doing a bit more research, watching YouTube videos, trying not to watch too much to fill my head with all of it, because it's really hard to go into an assessment when I'm pretty sure, but I don't know if it's going to be hard to convince the doctor. I don't know if he's going to be good at his job or skeptical about me or what. So anyway, I've got some things to take in with me. I've got notes I've been making in my notebook about key memories from my life and symptoms. I've got basically all my school reports from my whole school history, and I've got some medical stuff which is probably largely irrelevant, but I thought I'd bring it anyway just in case, if he's curious or interested. Well, and I better leave it there. I'll have a whole heap more to say afterwards. Thanks for watching. I feel a bit better just for making this video, telling you about it. I know this is going to be weird news for a lot of my friends. So, yeah, we'll see. Like one person I spoke to, and if you watch this, I love you anyway, but she said, I don't think you've got ADHD, you're too calm. I'd been talking to her saying, I think you might have ADHD because, yeah, I'm calm compared to her, but I am in some ways, people say I'm a gentle person, but am I calm? I can look calm on the outside. Yeah. But I also have kind of disciplined myself to appear that way and try and hide when my brain's thinking of a zillion different other things, or I'm distracted, I'm not really listening to you, I'm trying to look like I'm listening and hear enough of the conversation that I can respond appropriately even when my thoughts have gone elsewhere. And I also have kind of learnt to not fidget, like people, I don't remember if I was told this as a kid, like just sit still, stop fiddling, but I kind of know that people don't necessarily want to see you fidgeting, so I do try not to, but I think it means that I've just shifted a lot of that energy and tension internally, and that I I know I've been clenching my jaw. I often do that. So that's a new area for me to explore. I'm going to be interested in medication. I actually had a dream last night about the reception area at this doctor's place. They had like shelves of medication. I was looking at them thinking, do any of those look like free samples? Because I've been quietly hoping for some free samples. I've never wanted tablets more in my whole life. Like, if tablets, from what I've heard from other people, they say the right tablet can be amazing. And I am most looking forward to thinking that it might not feel like torture to write an essay and try and get an essay in on time. That would be so nice. Excuse my cough. Well, yes, okay, bye for now. See you after. Love you all. I've got a tablet to take. Quick video. I'm going to take this. I figured you want to see this. This is fun. I'm not going to die or anything. I've taken half a tablet and I'm excited. Woohoo, the tablet is half a dose. When I can work my way up to 2 tablets at a time. Because the answer is yes. The doctor had no hesitation to say yes, you definitely look like you have ADHD, and said I get a trial of medication, which is what I was hoping for. So now I'm going to drive home. I know it's a fast acting kind, only kind of effects last mostly 4 hours ish, but the adventure begins. We shall see what happens. Catch you later. Alright, I'm getting settled with tea, my notes, clearing my space, dogs barking. Let's hope they behave. So, I don't know, what is it, 2 hours since I did my after the doctor's appointment video today. Yeah, so I think it's been a bit over 2 hours, 2.5. And so I took that first half a tablet then, and I took second half a tablet about an hour ago. Well, that's not quite doctor's instructions, but hey, I wouldn't be ADHD if I followed instructions perfectly, right? So risk-taking is part of the profile. But he actually said to take 2 half doses on the first day. I followed that part. He just said they should be 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. and I took them at just after 1 and about 2:30, something like that. But I did look at the information, and it said that the half a tablet is a child-size introductory dose. So so I do know that it wasn't too bad for me to take the 2 half of the tablets close together. But I did that because not necessarily making the wisest decisions, but I'm confident that it was quite alright. I really wanted to try 2 halves today, because tomorrow I'm allowed to go to 1 in the morning and 1 at midday. And on the way home, about 20 minutes after I'd taken the tablet, and I know that this is not definitely because of the tablet, but I actually felt like I could sort of slump into the chair a little and take a big, deep breath. I felt like I could relax, and I also felt like I could, what words did I write down? I had a good word for it. What did I notice? I felt like I could simplify my focus. I'm accustomed to just letting my mind wander. I've read that ADHD people, their brain has 2 modes. One mode is random thoughts going wherever, and probably jumping here, there, and everywhere with different thoughts sparking other thoughts. That's one brain mode. The other brain mode for ADHD types is hyperfocus. And ADHD types can confuse those observing or making diagnosis because what's currently understood is a little bit misleading, and part of the definition is for ADHD makes them unable to sit still or concentrate on tasks for any length of time. And this has been confusing for a while, and so many people say, well, I don't think my child's ADHD because they can be on a task for hours if they want to be, like a computer game, something that's interesting. They can actually sit and do for hours. So how is that ADHD? But that's why it helps to understand those two brain modes, random mode or hyperfocus. And hyperfocus, it would be great if ADHDers had control over that hyperfocus and could choose when to use it or when not to use it. But ADHDers don't have the control over that they would like to. And I've heard it said that rather than understanding ADHD as an inability to focus, I forget the wording used, but it's something along the lines of inability to direct their attention where they want to or choose to. So I was doing that in the car, random brain mode, and random brain mode can be interesting, and I'm used to the way I've always been. But whilst in random brain mode, on the way home, I was thinking, actually, I feel like I can simplify my focus and draw my focus into, like, that I'm just driving. And that, it didn't last long before my mind wandered again. But I did it a few times. I thought, no, I can simplify my focus, be in this, just be mode. And so that gave me a spark of hope. I don't know for sure that it's the tablets. I've learned to be scientific. When you spend enough time around skeptics, you learn to analyze and be scientific about your observations. And so they were my observations. I check them with a scientific, reflective approach, and I think, okay, what else was different? Well, I also was just buzzing because, yay, the psychiatrist said I do have ADHD. He had no hesitation after talking with me for 40 minutes or so, giving me the screening test, and considering the school reports that I brought in, and told him some of the classic stuff in my school reports that ADHD kids get told. And yeah, so he had no hesitation to say, yes, you have ADHD. And those weren't his exact words. I don't remember his exact words. I wish I was really actually paying attention. I could remember exactly how he said it, but it wasn't succinct, and so it doesn't stay in my brain. Maybe I'll ask him to say it again. Doctor, just say, and he's a really cool guy. He's Romanian. He introduced himself as Sebastian, and Dr. Tenace. He was a really nice guy. Maybe I'll ask him to say it again. Just, doctor, could you say, I'm going to pay attention and really focus and take it in this time. Just say it so I can hear it. Yes, you have ADHD. But anyway, so because he just jumped straight to, and treatment is, we can give you a trial dose of Ritalin, which is what I wanted to hear so much. I know I told you beforehand, I've never wanted a tablet more in my life. And that was what I wanted to hear today. I even, as I said to you, did I say in the earlier video, I had a dream about the reception and the shelf of all different tablets, and that I was just really hoping that, actually, I was hoping to get a free, trial pack. You know how they sometimes can give away a few days worth or a week's worth. But in any case, I actually only had to pay $15.40 for like a month's supply. So that was one of my other concerns. Is it going to be an expensive medication? The answer is no. Not this one, at least, anyway. Thank you to the Australian government who funds certain medications. because this would be a subsidized medication. And where was I? So that was what I was hoping for, to come home with tablets. So I went to the nearest chemist. I asked the receptionist, where's the nearest chemist? Pharmacy. And she told me how to find it. I rang my sister on the way and said, sister, I wanted you to be the first person I told that, yes, doctor says yes, I have the diagnosis. I'm going to try the tablets. And so I was talking to her on the way around to the pharmacy. Number 1 pharmacy didn't have it. I tried number 2, second nearest pharmacy. They didn't have it. They told me to go to one of the big chemists in the nearby shopping centre. And I waited and waited. Finally got my tablet, walked back to the car where I had my water bottle, took the tablet, took a second one. Now it's 2.5 or so hours later. That's what I was saying about being scientific. What else was different? I'm just happy. That could be one change. I am relieved, and I was teary in the appointment with the psychiatrist because I was prepared for worst case scenario. You know, when you see a psychiatrist, they can be really difficult. I've had psychiatrists before who have been just terrible and have decided basically within 5 minutes that I didn't have what I thought I had maybe had. So I was relieved. I was emotional for a variety of reasons, but I think mostly. And he was worried. He was worried he'd made me cry, made me upset or something. And I told him I get scared of doctors because of having had so many bad experiences. So it does make me really nervous and wound up. I was preparing for worst case scenario with this doctor. But I told him I was relieved because he was helpful and kind, and he was really touched by that. I can see I've got the sun in the lens. I feel like I might just move the camera. I'm not sure if the sun in the lens is a problem. Let me pause. I think we're okay. So the doctor was a nice guy. He actually seems to be Christian. The receptionist was Christian. They had Christian radio station playing in reception. So I really feel like it was divine guidance that I went to this particular clinic, particular doctor. I'm happy. So the other thing that was different, talking about being scientific about it, I'd also just had some food, and I was also had the relief of, it's done, hooray, I'm in the car on the way home. It could have just been those things. I do feel different since coming home, but again, it could just be natural elation because, hooray, the doctor was nice, I have the diagnosis, and I have the medication. And so I do feel different since being home. Rob and Cohen are both home today, and I've just been chatty with them, positive, upbeat, more willing to talk about a number of things. Like, often I don't particularly feel like talking and communicating about stuff. And I know that my stress levels have been higher than I want them to be. I know my mood has been lower than I want it to be. That's not directly from the ADHD. That's just ongoing side effect from untreated ADHD, really. So I know I've been different. I also feel like I'm slightly dizzy. And the information, I did get the printout from the pharmacy. You can initially have some impact like dizziness, just symptoms adjusting to it. So till you know how it affects you, So you know how it affects you, you know, don't drive, don't operate machinery, stuff like that. Yeah, that's changes since taking it. I did have some notes. I totally have not been following my notes in order like I planned. But let me try and stick to notes now. I know my battery's not going to last much longer. Another change, another sign of hope. Maybe the medication's working, and this is a true story, but little tongue-in-cheek, I'm kind of joking here because we'll never know whether this is the medication helping or not. But this is what I did. I took a moldy bowl of leftover soup out of the bedroom to the kitchen. It was on my bedside table, and it was covered, so it's been there like easily a week, and so it was covered so I didn't know it was moldy. It was covered so the cat didn't try and eat it, and I knew it would have been going moldy, I was pretty sure, but I hadn't looked. And I'd seen it there, decided not to take it out, but finally today I did, and I scraped the scraps into the bin and put it in water to soak, and that's been waiting a week or more. So you might be thinking, why was that so hard to do? Why does the bowl sit there a week? Why hadn't I done it earlier? Well, this could be a good test, because if you understand, if I don't need to explain why I would leave a moldy soup bowl beside my bed, you probably, if you're understanding me right now, maybe you've also got ADHD or maybe something similar. But for those that really don't understand, I've written down some reasons. Firstly, it wasn't urgent. It could wait till later. So if it can wait till later, why not leave it till later? And then, second reason, I have better things to do with my time and energy. Does that sound like a cop-out? But it's real. I can only do so much. Decisions are tough, like even the decision to decide, okay, yes, I'll take that ball out now. Decisions are like demands or responsibilities on me, and I have to pace myself when it comes to responsibilities and jobs and demands. I normally wouldn't leave it there, you know, at all, but I was sick with the flu, so that does help explain why it didn't get taken out like straight away. But then when it sits there, it's like, oh well, it sat there a day, 2 days, 3 days. There's no particular hurry. ADHDers work well to deadlines. I'm definitely the type that needs a deadline. If there's no deadline on something, it might never happen. True story. Alright, I'm going to finish up real quick. I'm going to be making more videos about this, sharing a bit more in detail, take you through the screening assessment if you're interested, and to sharing about what this is really like, because ADHD is not well understood, especially not in girls and women, adults. There's a lot of misunderstanding, and that's why I never ever would have figured this out for myself. I never would have thought of this for me. I've even read about ADHD in girls and women because I looked into it for a friend's daughter, and even reading about it I didn't pick myself. So let me check my notes. I wanted to tell you it's been really hard. One of the things in the description of ADHD caught my attention because it's mostly talking about children. It says they frequently become difficult to manage. Well, I am like having to parent myself, be my own parent, and I'm difficult to manage for me. For myself trying to manage me, I'm... Oh man, okay, so my battery went flat. If I needed tangible proof in front of your eyes about being maybe disorganized. Having my camera battery go flat while I'm recording a video, well, that would be it. I kind of feel like I'm inappropriately optimistic. Like, I'm going to call it optimism. Like, I just optimistically thought maybe my battery will just last, because I knew it was low. But no, it didn't last. It cut out. I was here merrily talking away, finished my video, recording had stopped. Anyway, I'm going to try and not be inappropriately optimistic about things. Like, I had a laugh the other day saying I really should be doing the exercises for my hip issue that physio told me to do. But I say, but I'm just optimistic that I won't need to do those exercises from the physio to fix my hip issue. And then I don't take the supplements I could take. Like, I know my zinc level's low, but I'm not taking my zinc supplements. And I think maybe I don't need those supplements. Yeah, so I'm going to be working on some of those things. So I was going through my list, my notes, and I just had gotten to saying they frequently become difficult to manage. Yes, I'm difficult to manage. Life is really hard. Managing me is a hard job. And so, yes, I wanted to say that. It's been really hard. And so if it seems like I'm on a bit of a campaign to share with you about this, to share with others, and even if I come to some of you and say, have you considered ADHD? Maybe you should do the screening tool. I already have spoken to 2 friends about it, actually. And one said, me, no, I don't think so. And the other one said, actually, you're the second person to prompt me about this, and maybe I should look into it. So she is a friend of mine, already looking into it. And it's so worth finding out. It's so worth knowing, and it's so worth trying the treatment, medication. And I will be looking into natural options. I know there are natural options that can help and improve function and reduce symptoms. So I'll be doing that as well. I already know some things like actually getting to bed at a good time, getting plenty of sleep, and my supplements are going to help. Regular exercise helps. Fish oil as one of the supplements is key, and zinc is key. If you're into essential oils, because that's a thing right now, if you haven't heard, I am welcome to hear your suggestions for essential oils, or even better, if someone wants to make me up a blend, I will be so grateful. I'm willing to try an essential oil blend. So, I had some thoughts jotted down. So, the next point to share with you is, what am I hoping for? I'm hoping for it to be not so difficult to do normal things like meal preparation, cleaning and tidying, replying to emails and messages. And I am looking forward to being able to apply myself better to my studies and to not procrastinate so much, for an essay to not feel like torture. And my husband actually is not so keen on me taking medication. But I said to him, what if I just took it for essay week? Because when it's essay week, he doesn't enjoy me so much. He especially struggles when I've got an essay due. Because I kind of say, okay, I warn them ahead of time. Okay, this is an essay week. And the last day when essay is due is, yeah, they want to stay away from me because I'm going to be cramming. I'm usually, when it's the last day, I'm usually, oh my goodness, I have 3,500 words and it's all a mess and I've got to get it down to 2,000. Yeah, so that's me on essay week, essay day. So I think that helped Rob think, okay, if medication would make essay weeks not so miserable for everybody in the house, maybe that would be a good thing. I really want to be not cramming so much for last minute things or missing deadlines, and I actually want to be able to do the study hours that I need to learn the biblical Hebrew that I'm studying this year. I'm supposed to put in 12 hours a week. I probably put in 3 hours in class and another maybe 2, maybe 3 hours. And I'm lucky I can get by and get reasonable marks with last minute cramming, but it is not helping me long term. And even now it's holidays, I've been telling myself, keep revising the Hebrew, it'll be worth it, but I haven't yet at all. So I would love to be able to be consistent and whatever it takes, organized, motivated, able to actually put in maybe an hour a day into the Hebrew. That would be a miracle. And I also want to not have trouble finding hair elastics or a pair of earrings rather than just one lone earring of a particular kind. Maybe I will do a load of washing before it gets completely desperate. So time will tell. My ultimate hope is in healing, supernatural healing for this. And I want to be able to help others too, because there are so many different health problems we can have. These brain type of issues, they especially interest me. I'm pretty eager to press onto full function. Like, this is one of the biggest things that has been holding me back in life. And a lot of you probably know I've been wanting to do this YouTube channel, but how hard is it to make one video a week and actually edit it and get it uploaded? And how hard is it to actually write the book I've been wanting to write for a while? Or the 3 books I've been wanting to write and started kind of writing. If I actually did a fraction of the stuff that I think of, and I intend to and I plan to, I know that I can really make a difference in this world. And I also know that there's a loving creator, Father God, who's on my side. And this is just next steps in the journey. So thanks for watching. Please share the video. Please comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I'll see you again very soon. Bye.